Hello and welcome back. In the last video we finally completed the Mage's Tower. So we have actually gotten one of our treaties signed and sorted. Now, what I plan to do in this set of videos is I'm off to Redcliffe now to meet with the mages and get Connor depossessed. Oh, I wonder why Alistair sat down.
What do you need?
You
don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
I thought you might need to talk.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the Blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
He saved your life by sending you to the tower.
Yes, I know. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. The Dalish don't practice cremation, do they? How do your people honor your dead?
We bury them and plant a tree over their remains.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Maybe I'll go to High Ever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Yay! Alistair likes this a bit. Now I've got to be careful because Alistair is a female-only romance option, and since I'm female, if I get his approval rating. Finally, yes. If I get his approval rating up too high, then he'll start.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
He'll start the romance line, and I don't want that. Let's see if we can get this guy to tell us the story now.
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tides, they're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure, something worth a little gold.
Better do something with them than leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
and now you're here. Now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
You didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that important. Being Dalish, I can see, we're all clan war kind of like that, so I can see why that would be...
That's how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
But where do these goods come from? Not the deep roads.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
Fair enough. What do you mean?
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Everyone has to make a living, somehow.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
It's not like we ever see him without a discount. Well, right. I did manage to dump a load of stuff, so let's... Most important thing is get some pots going. There we go. Has he got anything else? Oof. Yeah, it's going to be a while before I get that. If I ever do. But some of that looks useful. I've got to get that backpack at some point. Next time. When I come back, that backpack will be mine. Okay. So, now we're off to Basilican Woods.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
I will try and mix up the parties a bit, but I kind of like who I like, and I know how they operate, so I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to have much variation in who I pick, unless there's a specific reason they need to come. Denerim.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution. With your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards. An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
Okay then. This is also a combat. I'm just going to pick up this.
Ah, a fellow traveller of the fair lands. Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumoured to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself.
Did you sell a few copies in the Circle Tower?
I have no idea what you're talking about, and neither do these large men carrying swords. Get them!
Enemies approaching.
Right, here we go. That's the 5 pages, 4 mages quest, which I hadn't really looked at, and by the looks of it, I'm not going to.
Let us end this.
Do you really want to be beaten by an old woman?
Wings leveled up.
Must always be more.
That was fairly simple. Ooh, noble clothes. Here, can be handy, won't it? Well, that was a fairly easy quest. And there appears to be a lot of dead forgers running around. To be honest, I don't really know what that quest was about. But I've got it. Quest complete. Yay. Moving on. Now the only reason we're going back to the elves is because I need more elf root. Before venturing onwards.
This should be easy enough.
Videos of I just wander from place to place, getting myself ready for the next big stint. This is the part of the nature of the game. Oh, come on, load faster.
You remind me of Lady Cecily.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecily let me stay instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child, I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecily.
Why, thank you, Leliana. It is very kind of you to say that.